Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving deep into Section 2 of the BACB Ethics Code, Responsibility in Practice, to help you prepare for the BCBA exam. We'll explore key principles and provide practical examples to ensure you understand how to apply these guidelines in real-world scenarios. If you haven't already, check out our video on Section 1 for foundational information. Let's get started. 2.1 Providing effective treatment. Behavior analysts prioritize clients' rights and needs in service delivery. They provide services that are conceptually consistent with behavioral principles based on scientific evidence and designed to maximize desired outcomes for and protect all clients, stakeholders, supervisees, trainees, and research participants from harm. Behavior analysts implement non-behavioral services with clients only if they have the required education, formal training, and professional credentials to deliver such services. 2.2 Timeliness. Behavior analysts deliver services and carry out necessary service-related administrative responsibilities in a timely manner. Providing effective treatment. Behavior analysts prioritize the needs and rights of their clients. They provide services based on behavioral principles and scientific evidence to achieve the best outcomes and protect everyone involved from harm. They only provide non-behavioral services if they are properly trained and credentialed to do so. Clinical examples. A behavior analyst designs a treatment plan for a child with autism that includes evidence-based interventions, like applied behavior analysis (ABA) to improve social skills. They avoid using interventions that are not supported by scientific evidence. A behavior analyst declines to provide counseling services to a client because they do not have the required training and credentials, instead referring the client to a qualified mental health professional. Timeliness. Behavior analysts must deliver services and complete related administrative tasks promptly to ensure clients receive the support they need without unnecessary delays. Clinical examples. A behavior analyst schedules regular sessions and ensures they are conducted on time, without frequent cancellation or delays, to maintain consistency in the client's treatment. A behavior analyst promptly completes and submits progress reports and billing documents to avoid interruptions in the client's services or funding. 2.3 Protecting confidential information. Behavior analysts take appropriate steps to protect the confidentiality of clients, stakeholders, supervisees, trainees, and research participants. Prevent the accidental or inadvertent sharing of confidential information and comply with applicable confidentiality requirements. Example: laws, regulations, organization policies. The scope of confidentiality includes service delivery. Example: live teleservices, recorded sessions, documentation and data, and verbal, written, or electronic communication. 2.4 Disclosing confidential information. Behavior analysts only share confidential information about clients, stakeholders, supervisees, trainees, or research participants. 1. When informed consent is obtained. 2. When attempting to protect the client or others from harm. 3. When attempting to resolve contractual issues. 4. When attempting to prevent a crime that is reasonably likely to cause physical, mental, or financial harm to another. Or 5. When compelled to do so by law or court order. When behavior analysts are authorized to discuss confidential information with a third party, they only share information critical to the purpose of the communication. Protecting confidential information. Behavior analysts take steps to protect the confidentiality of their clients and other related parties. This includes safeguarding all forms of communication and complying with applicable confidentiality laws and regulations. Clinical examples. A behavior analyst uses encrypted emails to communicate sensitive client information and ensures that physical files are stored in a locked cabinet. During a telehealth session, a behavior analyst ensures that they are in a private, secure location to prevent any accidental sharing of confidential information. Disclosing confidential information. Behavior analysts only share confidential information with consent to protect the client or others from harm, to resolve legal or contractual issues, to prevent a crime, or when required by law. They only disclose information necessary for the purpose of the communication. Clinical examples. A behavior analyst obtains written consent from a client before discussing their treatment progress with the client's school team. A behavior analyst discloses client information to authorities after learning that the client is at risk of harm, ensuring that only necessary information is shared to address the situation. 2.5 Documentation protection and retention. Behavior analysts are knowledgeable about and comply with all applicable requirements. Example: BACB rules, laws, regulations, contracts, funder and organization requirements for storing, transporting, retaining, and destroying physical and electronic documentation related to their professional activities. They destroy physical documentation after making electronic copies or summaries of data. Example: reports and graphs only when allowed by applicable requirements. When a behavior analyst leaves an organization, these responsibilities remain with the organization. 2.6 Accuracy in service billing and reporting. Behavior analysts identify their services accurately and include all required information on reports, bills, invoices, requests for reimbursement and receipts. They do not implement or bill non-behavioral services under an authorization or contract for behavioral services. If inaccuracies in reporting or billing are discovered, they inform all relevant parties. Example: organizations, licensure boards, funders, correct the inaccuracy in a timely manner and document all actions taken in this circumstance and the eventual outcomes. Documentation protection and retention. Behavior analysts must know and follow the rules for storing, transporting, retaining, and destroying documentation related to their professional activities. They must ensure that documentation is protected and retained according to applicable requirements. Clinical examples. A behavior analyst stores client records in a secure electronic system that meets HIPAA requirements and ensures that only authorized personnel have access. When leaving an organization, a behavior analyst ensures that all client records are transferred to a secure location and informs the organization of any outstanding documentation requirements. Accuracy in service billing and reporting. Behavior analysts must accurately identify their services and include all required information on reports, bills, invoices, and other documents. If inaccuracies are discovered, they must correct them promptly and inform all relevant parties. Clinical examples. A behavior analyst notices an error in a submitted invoice and promptly corrects it, informing the client and the billing department of the correction. When preparing a report, a behavior analyst ensures that all data and services provided are accurately documented, and any non-behavioral services are clearly identified. 2.7 Fees. Behavior analysts implement fee practices and share fee information in compliance with applicable laws and regulations. They do not misrepresent their fees. In situations where behavior analysts are not directly responsible for fees, they must communicate these requirements to the responsible party and take steps to resolve any inaccuracy or conflict. They document all actions taken in this circumstance and the eventual outcomes. 2.8 Communicating about services. Behavior analysts use understandable language in and ensure comprehension of all communications with clients, stakeholders, supervisees, trainees, and research participants. Before providing services, they clearly describe the scope of services and specify the conditions under which services will end. They explain all assessment and behavior change intervention procedures before implementing them, and explain assessment and intervention results when they are available. They provide an accurate and current set of their credentials and a description of their area of competence upon request. Fees. Behavior analysts must implement fee practices that comply with laws and regulation, and must not misrepresent their fees. They must communicate fee information to responsible parties and resolve any inaccuracies or conflicts. Clinical examples. A behavior analyst provides a clear and detailed fee schedule to a client before beginning services, ensuring that all costs are understood. If a billing error occurs, a behavior analyst communicates with the client or responsible party to correct the error and documents the actions taken. Communicating about services. Behavior analysts use clear and understandable language when communicating with clients and stakeholders. They describe the scope of services, assessment procedures, and intervention plans before implementation and provide updates as needed. Clinical examples. Before starting a behavior change program, a behavior analyst explains the goals, procedures, and expected outcomes to the client and their family in simple terms. A behavior analyst provides regular updates on the client's progress and adjusts the intervention plan as needed, ensuring the client and stakeholders are informed. Now, let's practice with mock exams. Mock Exam 1. A behavior analyst notices that one of their clients responds better to visual prompts than verbal ones. They decide to adjust their treatment plan accordingly. This decision reflects which ethical principle? 1. Timeliness. 2. Protecting confidential information. 3. Providing effective treatment. 4. Involving clients and stakeholders. The correct answer is 3. Providing effective treatment. Behavior analysts prioritize the client's needs and provide services that maximize desired outcomes. Adjusting the treatment plan to use visual prompts shows a commitment to effective treatment. Mock Exam 2. A behavior analyst ensures they submit progress reports and billing documents on time to avoid interruptions in the client's services or funding. This demonstrates which ethical principle? 1. Timeliness. 2. Accuracy in service, billing, and reporting. 3. Protecting confidential information. 4. Communicating about services. The correct answer is 1. Timeliness. Behavior analysts deliver services and carry out necessary service-related administrative responsibilities in a timely manner. Submitting documents on time ensures continuity of services and funding. Mock Exam 3. Before starting a new intervention, a behavior analyst explains the procedures to the client and their family and obtains written consent. This demonstrates which ethical principle? 1. Obtaining informed consent. 2. Providing effective treatment. 3. Protecting confidential information. 4. Communicating about services. The correct answer is 1. Obtaining informed consent. Behavior analysts must obtain informed consent from clients before implementing assessments or interventions, ensuring that clients and stakeholders are fully aware and agree to the proposed action. Mock Exam 4. A behavior analyst uses encrypted emails to communicate sensitive client information and ensures that physical files are stored in a locked cabinet. This demonstrates which ethical principle? 1. Timeliness. 2. Protecting confidential information. 3. Providing effective treatment. 4. Accuracy in service billing and reporting. The correct answer is 2. Protecting confidential information. Behavior analysts take appropriate steps to protect the confidentiality of clients and related parties, preventing accidental or inadvertent sharing of confidential information. Mock Exam 5. When designing an assessment for a new client, a behavior analyst uses evidence-based tools and techniques to gather relevant information. This reflects which ethical principle? 1. Providing effective treatment. 2. Involving clients and stakeholders. 3. Timeliness. 4. Protecting confidential information. The correct answer is 1. Providing effective treatment. Behavior analysts select and design assessments that are conceptually consistent with behavioral principles and based on scientific evidence to meet the client's needs effectively. Mock Exam 6. A behavior analyst provides a clear and detailed fee schedule to a client before beginning services, ensuring that all costs are understood. This demonstrates which ethical principle? 1. Timeliness. 2. Accuracy in service billing and reporting. 3. Fees. 4. Communicating about services. The correct answer is 3. Fees. Behavior analysts must implement fee practices that comply with laws and regulation and communicate fee information clearly to clients to avoid any misunderstandings. Mock Exam 7. A behavior analyst regularly collects and graphs data on a client's progress, using it to adjust the intervention plan as needed. This reflects which ethical principle? 1. Timeliness. 2. Providing effective treatment. 3. Protecting confidential information. 4. Collecting and using data. The correct answer is 4. Collecting and using data. Behavior analysts ensure the correct implementation of data collection procedures and use data to make informed decisions about continuing, modifying, or ending services. Mock Exam 8. A behavior analyst receives a court order to release a client's confidential records. What should the behavior analyst do? 1. Refuse to release the records to protect the client's privacy. 2. Release only the necessary information as required by the court order. 3. Release all information about the client. 4. Ask the client for permission before complying with the court order. The correct answer is 2. Release only the necessary information as required by the court order. Behavior analysts must comply with legal requirements while protecting client confidentiality by disclosing only the information critical to the purpose of the communication. Mock Exam 9. A behavior analyst is leaving their organization and needs to transfer client records. What is the correct procedure? 1. Take the records home for safekeeping. 2. Leave the records with a trusted colleague. 3. Ensure the records are transferred to the organization's secure storage. 4. Destroy the records to maintain confidentiality. The correct answer is 3. Ensure the records are transferred to the organization's secure storage. Behavior analysts must comply with all applicable requirements for storing and transferring documentation, ensuring that client records remain protected. Mock Exam 10. A behavior analyst discovers that they have incorrectly billed a client for services not provided. What should they do? 1. Ignore the error since it's a small amount. 2. Inform the client and correct the billing error. 3. Adjust future bills to make up for the error. 4. Blame the billing department for the mistake. The correct answer is 2. Inform the client and correct the billing error. Behavior analysts must identify and correct inaccuracies in billing, promptly informing all relevant parties to ensure transparency and accuracy in service billing. Mock Exam 11. Before starting a new intervention, a behavior analyst explains the procedures and expected outcomes to the client and their family. What principle does this demonstrate? 1. Accuracy in service, billing, and reporting. 2. Protecting confidential information. 3. Communicating about services. 4. Disclosing confidential information. The correct answer is 3. Communicating about services. Behavior analysts use understandable language to explain services, procedures, and outcomes to clients and stakeholders, ensuring they fully comprehend the intervention plan. That wraps up our deep dive into Section 2 of the BACB Ethics Code, Responsibility in Practice. I hope you found this information helpful for your BCBA exam preparation. In our next video, we'll continue with 2.9, involving clients and stakeholders. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated. Thanks for watching and see you next time.